Alrighty boys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully my mic is all good. My mic was messed up in the last one. My apologies. But hey, as you can see on the screen, we have a new hotfix for the playtest 4, or the alpha number 4 playtest, as they stated right over here, for Dark and Darker. So there's actually some changes that I quickly skimmed through that are very much needed, and I'm happy that they were pretty much worked very quickly to make these changes. We're gonna go through them and we're gonna see what it's all about. So I literally was playing the game, and one of the people I was playing with literally was just told me, like, hey, server's going down in 5 minutes, find an exit portal, you know what I mean? And that's when I checked the Discord and found out that, hey, there's a hotfix here. So as you can see, by the time I upload this video, the hotfix is already going to be in effect. By the time I edit and all that stuff, it's already going to be in effect. But let's go over all the changes, right? So obviously there's going to be a lot of, I want to say minuscule changes. Not minuscule, but kind of like, you know, like, okay, that's pretty cool. But there's some major ones in here as well, okay? So let's go first. Fixed an issue where the game could not be played in a virtual machine environment. Okay, virtual machine environment. I don't know exactly how that works, but great. Now you can play it in a virtual machine environment. Sensational. Is it like cloud gaming, maybe something along those lines? Whatever it is, you can now play it. Then they fix an issue where the audio channels were mixed up. That is a problem for sure. The audio was kind of a little bit weird in my opinion, so hopefully that does that's the changes that I was looking for as well. Then they fixed an issue where the volume could change when turning on and off the VoIP feature, which is obviously being able to talk inside the game. Also, I wish they would add, I don't think I see it here, I wish they would add a feature, since I have two mics technically. I have one on my headset and one like on my desk, right? I wish they would kind of like have some settings in terms of like what mic is being used, because I had a lot of trouble you know, with pretty much knowing which mic is being used. You know, it's kind of weird, but hopefully they add that soon. Maybe in the next playtest, we'll see how that goes, right? Because obviously this feature to be able to talk in the game was just implemented for this playtest, which is understandable. Next, they fixed an issue that caused several crashes. Well, that sounds good. No more crashes. I have seen people crash. I have seen teammates crash, so good. Fixed an inability to attack issue that could occur during ranged attacks. Okay. Fixed an ability to attack issue that could occur during ranged attacks. Interesting. I don't know exactly what that means, but great. Fixed an issue preventing some perks and skills from working properly. That's good. Those are important, obviously. Everything counts, you know, because everything's like hardcore, you know. Everybody hits like a truck. You want the best type of stuff to work. You know what I mean? Like perks, skills, you want those to work really. So good. Fix an issue where the applied state was not displayed correctly when equipping an item. That has happened to me a couple times where if you scroll fast enough through your utilities, like, you know, the potions, torches, throwing either knives or the axes. I'm playing Barbarian right now, so I have the axes. But yeah, sometimes if you did scroll through those kind of fast, even kind of slow sometimes, you would have like a potion in your hand, but it would show the axe. So that's good. Fix an issue where the Death Beetle's hitbox was not aligned with the model. Death Beetle, honestly, honestly one of the worst enemies. I think it's top 5 up there. I might make a tier list of the worst enemies to deal with, because the Death Beetle is like a flying little creature, but it's also tanky, which is annoying. Oh man, I really get annoyed by that one. Then they fixed an issue where the goblin corpses could end up falling through the floor. I've never experienced that, but okay. Then they fixed an issue where dungeons would not end normally. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe the circle doesn't fully close up. Interesting. Okay. Then they fixed a place where you could fall off the high roller dungeon into the void. Well, that sucks. Also, I did. Oh, look at that. As I'm making the video, they said patch is complete. Nice. That was quicker than before. Jesus, look how fast people love this game, man. But all right. Yeah, this is crazy because you spend 100 to actually get in. So yeah, I've only done high roller a couple times in this playtest. So good. Fix an Inferno module that had 2 overlapping doors. Cool. Merchants now sell Potion of Protection in limited quantities. That's one of the things that I really don't like now is that the alchemist, he only sells 3 of the health potions, the ones that cost 6 gold, only 3 of them, and then there's like a cooldown. Sometimes it's 1 game, sometimes it's 2 game. I think it's a time limit, a cooldown. And now it looks like the potion of protection is the same thing. You're probably only going to be able to get 3 of the 6 gold health pots and 3 of the potion of protections now, which is kind of I get it, maybe for balancing, but like, just let me buy the pots. I don't think it's that big of a what's the word for it? I guess they don't want people to just run in with like 13 or 15 pots. It kind of makes sense. I guess it's like a balance thing. All right. Next, the Goblin Merchant now sells mystery items for 75 gold instead of 100 gold. Good, 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 good. I think some of the merchants, their prices are kind of crazy. In the market that you go into, you can go find way better prices. Next, we have is Goblin Health reduced by 10%. So this is like, I'm guessing Goblin like isn't all the goblins. Okay, good. Well, that means I can actually... I think this will pretty much... Because I play Barbarian, and usually some goblins take 3 hits. Most goblins take 2 hits. Hopefully now all of them take 2 hits, which is going to be great for me. Alrighty, and I'm back. Well, you guys probably won't know that I'm back because I'm going to edit this back in. My son just came in. You know, it's literally like 7 a.m., so he's just waking up right now. Regardless, though, let's get right back into it, okay? So we just talked about the Goblin Health being reduced by 10%. Cool, I agree with it, sure. Goblin Warrior / Archer poison damage has been slightly reduced. Good, because that poison damage, I'll be honest with you, there's been so many times where it's like it's just like I'm so low on health, and you just get hit by one of those goblins, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna die. It's over. It's done. So I agree with this. I think there's a lot of poison damage for for the free for all or like the solo dungeon that you can do. So that's good. Then Goblin Archer's slow effect has been removed. Okay, cool. I'll be honest with you, I've never actually gotten hit by a Goblin Archer. I don't know if I'm just a master of dodging, so I've never noticed a slow effect, but I've been hit by the goblins that, you know what I mean, have the shield a lot because they can really surround you. But the Goblin Archers, I usually kind of stay away from, and if I have to fight them, I do my best to dodge. Next, Goblin Archer's damage has been slightly reduced. Cool. Sounds good. Might attack him now. Then the Goblin Mage's projectile speed has been slightly reduced, but it now gives a slow debuff when hit. Again, never been hit by a Goblin Mage. I have like that ability for Barbarians where you can kind of like spook them and they kind of like, you know what I mean, don't attack you for a little bit. So I usually always just 2-hit a mage. But cool. Sounds good. Next we have is Cave Troll's damage reduced by 10%. I've never even tried to fight him. I've died by him by a couple times because I try to run through his like little area, trying to run away from people. I've actually never tried to actually fight him because he looks menacing, but cool. So his damage was reduced, so it's probably easier to fight. And then Cave Troll now slowly regenerates health. Well, that kind of is well, that's not great too. I guess they did that because, you know, if someone gets him down so much and then they die, he can regain his health before another person gets in to try, which makes sense. He's like a big boss who's always going to give you guaranteed loot, so it makes sense. This one is one of the biggest things I think that was added, and to be honest with you, they should have added 2 more. So obviously you have 9 players that play in the what do you call it, the solo dungeon, and you only had 2 escape portals. I'm almost like 100% sure it's 2 escape portals because I played so much in the Goblin Cave. I wanted to love it, but I hate that it had so little portals. Like, I swear it's only 2. You get one when the circle is like 2 steps away from actually fully closing, and then you get another one when the circle is completely closing, which was so annoying because there's so many times where I just didn't have any portal. You know what I mean? Like 2 people got out and that's it. Everyone else is just, you know what I mean? They just die out. Like in the one that that, you know, any team can join, a 3-man, 2-man team can join. I went back to that one because I didn't like the fact that I used to have like full loot. I was full health. I was literally the last person alive in the dungeon, but I couldn't find an escape portal. There was so many times where I just died because of that, and that was very frustrating. So hopefully this one extra portal will do the trick, but I feel like they should add 2 more. You know, have 4 over there. We'll see how it works with 3. I'm gonna try it out, but yeah, in my opinion, it's I had a better success rate going in solo for the, you know, the three, going solo into the like the original dungeon, the regular dungeon where, you know, 3 or 2 people can go into. I had more better escape or like successes with those instead of this one, the Goblin Cave. Even when I was the last guy alive, I would take out like 4 people in the Goblin Cave, and I would still not make it out because 2 people already made it out already. It was super frustrating. So this is huge. Hopefully it does exactly what it's supposed to and make it a little bit more fair. I feel like they should have put 2, but I'm guessing they're gonna do like 1, and then if they need to do another one, they're gonna add it in the future. Okay, that's fine. Improve the accessibility of the Goblin Town module in the Goblin Caves. I don't know exactly what that means, but okay, cool. Goblin Town module. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means, but okay, cool. Ore deposits have now been added to more locales? How do you say this word? Locales? Locals? It's not locals. That's not how you spell locals. Whatever. In the crypt dungeons. Okay, so you got more ore. Cool. Still not gonna go mining until the game fully comes out. That's just how I feel about it. But for everyone who does mine, hey, power to you. Next, they added and corrected translations, reduced the wait time for the tavern to fill up for both normal and high roll dungeons. Yeah, it felt really slow this time around. Like playtest 3, I swear to God, it was like boom, 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 boom. You would get in and you couldn't even see the tavern for more than like literally 10 seconds before we get into the game. But it was a lot slower this time. I didn't mind it sometimes, but sometimes it took really long time, and it didn't make really sense to me because it's like the player numbers like jumped up by like 2 times the amount. Like it was like a 90k like steady for playtest 4, this playtest. So yeah, cool. All these are good in my opinion. I think a lot of people were upset with how hard the solo dungeon is in terms of the damage and the poison, so that was addressed. I think that's good. The escape portal is huge because I literally stopped playing the Goblin Cave. I will literally just go solos into the regular dungeon because it just, you know what I mean, it was frustrating. So I think those are the 2 main big fixes that I see. That's pretty good. Yeah, and that pretty much does it. Again, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more content. Very good. I know like the other big game is coming out. I don't want to say it in this video because obviously this is about Dark and Darker. But yeah, a lot of Dark and Darker content is coming out on my channel, and for this playtest, and you know, future playtests, and the early access that's going to come out later on whenever they do release it. I love the game, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.